Good morning.
Good
Good morning. We are live, ladies and gentlemen.
morning.
Welcome to the live broadcast. Don't wait to be great. And I'm your host, Mr. Derek Forster. They call me Mr. ILF. And I'm super excited, just like every Saturday. So again, thank y'all for being here because you guys have a lot of choices of where you could be. Right. But you guys chose to be here and we super appreciate that. So one more time, really slowly. My name is Derek Forster. I'm the owner and operator of Second Chance Housing, but I'm also the founder and thought leader with this beautiful lady of Forster Consultants, where we go all over the world showing people the concept of independent living, which we trademarked, co-living or shared living. And that is simply just an environment share where we take an environment. Well, let me say an environment. We take a residential property.
Correct.
And we turn the environment into something that's clean, safe, and affordable. And we just happen to trademark independent living facility. And as you know, or if you don't know, just a short, brief intro, we connect with social workers and case managers as what we call the funnel system to it all. And that's how we're getting these people in these houses.
Yeah.
And again, they're called independent living facilities. So welcome everybody. If you just joined us, you haven't missed a thing. And welcome to all of my YouTube family, the TikTok family, Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah.
Shay, tell the people who you are, how great you are, and what do you do?
Man, I'm Shanya Shea Forston, president and founder of the Angela Denise Foundation, 501c3 nonprofit organization here in Orlando, Florida, where we house women utilizing the ILF model, taking them from homeless to hopeful in that same beautiful model that you see and hear us talk about all the time. Last night, Derek, I'm going to give some updates real quick. So last night, the Angela Denise Foundation had its board meeting where I met with the board of directors. We discussed a whole bunch of stuff and just really got some information going. Great new things that we have to discuss for this upcoming year. And then we also talked about our $5,000 grant that we received from First Horizon Bank. So that's
congratulations on that, guys.
A huge shout out to First Horizons Bank.
You guys congratulate Shay on that, right? So that take a lot of years to build that, and now she's just getting these checks. So like she said, don't just go by that, don't just pass by that so fast. Shay just deposited Friday, guys, a $5,000 check for the great work that she's doing in the community. They're not just writing people checks, right? She's a nonprofit to what we do. I'm an LLC, so I don't get checks like that yet, right? But Shay is a nonprofit, and talk about it, Shay. Like, what did it feel like to get that check, and why did you get it? How did you apply for it?
So the powerful thing about it is once you start building these relationships and someone entrusts in your vision, they become a partner, right? So First Horizons Bank, last year, their 120th anniversary, I believe it was, and they chose 120 organizations to pour into. And that was the first time we ever heard of this bank. That's the first time I didn't even know it was located in Orlando. And my virtual assistant, Latrell, big shout out to him. He found the company, found the grant, wrote the documentation necessary for the grant. We were one of the 120 that was chosen, and I actually found out the night before our event. Latrell actually sent me a video, and he's like, "Ma'am, I need you to watch this." And I watched the video, and the Angela Denise Foundation was broadcasted all over there as one of the Florida.
How cool is that? That Shay utilized a virtual assistant that lives in the Philippines that works for $5 an hour, and got you a $5,000 grant.
Well, that one was 10,000.
10,000.
So that was 10,000. Remember, they had the big check. He came.
But the one you deposited Friday, that was 10?
No. The one I deposited this Friday was 5.
And that's what I mean. Like, just pause there for a second, guys. Like, talk about return on investment.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And Shay's not a grant writer, correct?
No.
So you utilize a virtual assistant from the Philippines to write these grants.
I do know how to write grants, but I do not.
That's impressive.
So it's pretty cool to see, and then like right now, I actually have a packet right over there for a $39,000 grant that we wrote that I have to mail out on Monday. So again, utilizing a virtual assistant has been a blessing to be able to utilize his services, his skill set to help leverage and grow the Angela Denise Foundation from a financial standpoint. So prime example, his knowledge base of grant writing allows for our organization to now extend what we do, and not only the housing aspect of things, but other projects and other pieces that we can now implement because of his skill set in grant writing. So that is why I tell people all the time, grants are not something that you are guaranteed. So you ultimately have to have some source of income for your nonprofit. And for the Angela Denise Foundation, that is the ILF model. So the ILF is the thing that generates the most income for us to help go into other programs that we run. I'm not going to get too much into that because we've got a course that our ILF Mastery Blueprint family has already, if not received the email to go ahead and get it, but we will have the live link available prayerfully Monday. They're just working on an automation to make things easy, seamlessly integrate. So the ILF family does get access to my Know Before You Go nonprofit course, which is a course that pretty much explains everything about the setup, the things you need to have implemented. How do you know if you are really creating a sustainable nonprofit, or is it going to be just an organization that's here for a day and gone tomorrow? So it's not only that, it's giving you a deeper dive on the verbiage, the documents, the filings, the things that we do on an annual basis to help keep us relevant and keep us in alignment with our 501c3 status. So be on the lookout for that. Again, Angela Denise Foundation just received $5,000 grant that is going towards the running of the ILF, one of my ladies' houses. So that grant is directly associated with that house. So my board meeting last night, we discussed how we are going to utilize those funds. Some of the things.
So just for the people that's listening, Shay, that means that you can't take that $5,000 and just give me $2,000 just because you love me and I'm your husband.
Absolutely.
Like I don't get any of that money. Is that what you're saying, Shay?
I don't even get any of that money, right? So we discussed how those funds will be allocated.
In fact, Shay, I think when they even mailed the check, didn't they give you a piece of paper in it that kind of stated what you had to do?
So what people don't realize, so a lot of people say, oh, grants, yay, free money. It's not free. They're putting money behind something that they believe in.
Good work.
Because you wrote a program that they're going to help fund, right? So this program that First Horizons Bank is going to help fund is the running of this particular ILF. With being able to upgrade and do things to make sure that the house is in appropriate condition and maintains its appropriate condition while the ladies are residing there. So what we did is we have our short list that we've created of what are some of the things that are needed in this house. Like prime example, we need new windows. There are certain things that we've got to get purchased. And that's now on a list that me and my board of directors discussed yesterday during that meeting to really get it all on paper and be able to say, okay, let's start knocking these items off the list. What comes in that grant? And when they send you a check, it's not just a check, right? You're going to have a check, and it's also going to be a letter.
Some instructions.
With that check. It's going to give you full instructions because they need feedback on how you utilize their funding. And they may ask me they may audit my docs, right? They may ask for a financial review on how those monies were spent. They may ask for certain things like that.
In other words, what did you do with this money we just gave you?
Correct. And they give you a deadline. So my deadline is by December 31st of 2025. We have to report out on how we utilize.
So you got to spend it all by that date?
I don't have to spend it all by that date because it even tells me, and I should have brought the letter up here. You should have told me that. It don't have to be utilized, but it just says that we have to show them or state to them what is happening, what is pending, like what's in process. They want to know like the totality. Like if I spent, they don't want to see line by line. They just want a true breakdown of what's in action, what's been done already, and so forth and so on. If there's anything lingering, how are we going to plan to use that and all of that?
Does that make sense, everybody? Like, is anybody lost in terms of what Shay is saying? Obviously, we just jumped right into the meat of things, right?
Thank you, guys.
So if you just joined us, we're simply just discussing independent living facilities and how you can walk off your job this year. This is what you desire to do.
Yeah.
But Shay jumped right into this grant that she received Friday, and a lot of you all want to do this as a nonprofit. In fact, right now, put in the chat, if you say, Derek, man, I've been following you for a while, bro, or Derek, I've been in it, but I want to be like Shay, and I want to go nonprofit. In fact, if you're on TikTok and you're not on the YouTube channel, come over to YouTube at Forston Consultants. There's a lot of people on TikTok. Come over to Forston Consultants on our YouTube channel. That's Forston.
Yeah.
Put in the chat, my YouTube family, how many of you all want to kind of operate like Shay and be nonprofit? Because I'll admit, I did not. That's why I'm glad that Shay had the idea. She's like, babe, you got an LLC already. You're going to eventually go S Corp. Why should I get the same thing? So
Correct.
Shay, I want you to also talk about, because I'll admit we didn't plan on going here today, but since we are, I want to go there. Shay, why and how did you plan to go nonprofit? And how did you choose your board? That's a good question.
So why I went nonprofit was because, again, you said it already in your conversation. We already had a for-profit, right? We had an LLC. And my idea was like, okay, if this thing is actually really doing well, why do I add another LLC on top of this that's going to pretty much mimic what you're doing? And when we started to really dive into coaching, it made more sense. It was the idea to do something before the grand scheme of things kind of flourished. So I wanted a challenge too, right? I wanted to know, how did nonprofit work? How did nonprofits work? To really get the understanding of like grants and tax exemptions and all of those things that are lucrative, right? For someone that is a business owner, you see all of these philanthropists and all of these people that give and other organizations that have a specific, like prime example, you've got a lot of for-profit entities that partner alongside with nonprofit organizations. And that's where their overflow or their overage goes in their budget. Like a lot of people don't know, like First Horizons Bank, they partner with nonprofit organizations. Most people don't know that it is a law. It is mandated that banks have to donate. They have to do charitable giving. So now thinking of that, like that
Somebody
was one of
miss
the
that
reasons.
too.
That was one of the reasons why, because I was like, okay, if banks have to do it, what if Forston Consultants did it on a regular basis and we were able to utilize our giving into a nonprofit as a tax write-off, right? So as your businesses start growing, you've got to find ways to, taxify, and that's not a word, I made it up, but you've got to find creative strategies, tax strategies to help offload some of your profits. And that was one of the things that I was like, oh, Derek, we're doing this, we're doing that. Why not have a nonprofit arm that can serve as
absolutely genius for her to think of that,
as a base for where we're going in the future. So like prime example, one of the grants that Latrell wrote this year is the grant that encompasses all of the state of Florida ILFs. So now we're just praying that we get this grant. If we win this grant, we will be able to provide rent. We'll be able to, like, somebody can contact the Angela Denise Foundation for rental payments. So let's say somebody's missing a payment and they need rental assistance. The Angela Denise Foundation will be able to do that because of this grant that we are writing for and cover the ILFs in the state of Florida, not just South Florida, North Florida. No, the state of Florida. So it's when you get to that point, you start. That's what made me think of that, because I was thinking of that way back when I started it. And sorry, I kind of rambled, but so many ideas and thoughts run through my head when Derek asked that question. It's always based on, I get visions of the greater or grander scheme of things, and I work backwards from there. So I see the puzzle in its totality, but I deconstruct the puzzle. And then I put it back together again, but I build infrastructure in it. So that's kind of how my mind works when I do certain things like that. So I get a big picture. I go for the big picture, but then I tear it down into small segments to now recreate it and make it better. So that's the reason why
you guys can also see how Shay and I kind of do things together, right? So that's how all of our businesses started. Her last comment is the gist of my life. God gives me an idea. I bring it to Shay as a 1,000-piece puzzle and throw it on the table and say, Shay, I know all the pieces are here. And here it is. Can you put it together? That's kind of what a husband and wife does at times, right?
Correct.
Business partners. And that's our makeup. we just grew over time to now that we also utilize virtual assistants, which I'm
Yes.
also going to talk about today. So I'm super excited that I'm actually just hired a new virtual assistant, right, to be a
Mhm.
part of our team. And I'll talk about this later, but this VA, her sole job is to make us money, find new ways to make money, automate our systems, help us with follow-up, and master AI.
Correct.
I got a whole talk that I'm gonna probably give y'all probably on Monday just about AI. And here's my short snippet. AI has been the wave for the last 2 or 3 years, but guys, I'm telling you, boy, if you don't jump on this AI wave, you're gonna get lost. And because some of y'all are like me and you're not very techie,
Correct.
but I coach you guys, especially my one-on-one clients, to when you get these VAs, you got to pour into them. Guys, I've already bought this VA classes, curriculum, trainings. In fact, I'm watching one of them today, and I'm about an hour through it.
Mhm.
I was almost late to this today because I'm in this class.
It was so good,
I
y'all.
bought this same class for my VA.
Yeah.
Her sole job is to master AI, and it's about 12 different tools that I want her to master. Her next job is to find ways to make us more money and reach more people.
Yep.
Her next job is to find ways to make us more money and reach more people. Her third job is to find more people and make us more money. Because the more people we help, the more money we make. The more money we make, the more people we can continue to help.
Exactly.
So I'm excited, and big shout out to, we got a couple names for her because I'm struggling with her first name. It's Marielle, but we call her Mars or Mar. But for some reason, my tongue won't allow me to say Marielle all the time. So she's allowed me to call her Mars or Mar. So big shout out to Mars, who also set this room up.
She did.
Her first task, set this room up because I don't know how. Build the YouTube for today because I don't know how.
Yeah.
Write the copy and create the thumbnail because I don't know how.
Yeah.
Does that make sense, everybody?
Yeah.
That I'm hiring a VA and her only job every day is to master AI tools and how can I make more money for Derek and Forte Consulting.
And let me show you what's so
Her
powerful.
only job.
Let me show you what's so powerful about that. When you know that you're looking for a specific thing to implement or embed into your business, it is imperative to know that that VA may not come with all of the skill set.
Come on, Shay, talk about it.
They may not come with all of the skill set, but you've got to make sure that they're willing to learn. And this young lady is she's like a consistent learner.
Just put it like this:
Yeah, like
from high
that's what she
school
does.
to college, she was the, and I'm gonna probably mess this word up, and Ronna go help me say it if I say it wrong. The cum laude,
Yes.
summa cum laude, she was that.
Yeah.
And in the Philippines, where they're from, they have those measures throughout middle school, high school, and college. She was the cum laude throughout all of those years.
Yeah.
She's smart as a whip. But watch this. To reiterate what Shay just said, she don't know half the stuff that I told her I want her to do for me.
Yeah.
Her job is to learn it because I don't have the time.
Yeah.
So I'm training her, I'm paying her to learn. Guess what she's doing right now? Learning.
Yeah.
Watching videos, courses. I just bought a course today that she gonna get Monday morning. Her only job, Ronald, is to learn AI, master it, and make us better as a company with all, like, I got a list of things that were probably 40 things that I wanted for myself and my business.
But watch this.
And I just had a meeting with her brainstorming that yesterday. Go ahead, Shay.
But watch this, though, because I don't want people to think that we're only talking about other businesses. This encompasses our ILFs.
Mm-hmm.
How many times, okay, we talked about the AI phone agent and all of these things, but how many times do you get caught off guard or caught up to where you're missing chats, your DMs on your Facebook
we
or
miss
Instagram?
A lot of that stuff. So
how many
no
times
more,
do you miss out on that information? And then you're like a month late when you're like, oh my goodness, this was in this folder. I didn't see this, or, yada, yada, yada. But this is the important piece of having a virtual assistant that can help now tie in AI into all of the areas of how we get communicated with, whether it's phone calls, text messages, DMs, emails. Now, this virtual assistant's main goal is to learn all of this information and help us repackage it and redistribute it in our software and systems to benefit our housing. So it's powerful how,
Yeah.
you know, I don't want people to get so, you know, because they can think, oh, that's forcing consultants. No, it's everything.
Yeah.
It's our
Everything.
ILFs, it is our consulting, it is digital flow
Yeah.
solutions. Like digital flow solutions is the spine of all this thing, all of this. So the goal now is to implement that in every aspect of all of our businesses and have this particular VA learn this skill set so that she can now help us redesign, redream, reimagine
Yep.
what our processes and systems look like, what our systems look
Absolutely.
like.
So I'm super excited, and because I'm gonna stay disciplined and stay on track, because if not, I can talk about this new hire
Yeah.
and this AI stuff for the rest of the morning because I'm so excited about it. Because all of these plans and ideas that I got in my big head, and God is blessing us so much where we're getting so busy where our team has to grow. So we're growing and we're adding more staff, we're adding more AI tools. And I'm just excited about, you know, again, this, what I'm gonna call my personal assistant, or one of many, because most of y'all know Jess is my right hand, right?
Correct.
But this young lady is gonna be my right hand in terms of AI and also just furthering us with everything that we're trying to do. And remember, I'm not hiding this. I told her the first 2 minutes of the conversation, I said, your sole job is to master AI, and I'm gonna give you a list and to make us a bunch of money with a lot of different things, not in this one business, but over our 8 different businesses. And she's going to kind of be a Swiss Army knife, as I called her. And she loves it already. And again, if most of you responded or received an email that we were going to be live today, she created all of that. So again, guys, I don't know how to do that stuff. My business coaching under Shay and I teaches you how do you utilize somebody else's skill set. Like she utilizes Latrell, who lives in the Philippines, a 12-hour difference from all of us, but writes her grants. Shay is not writing grants. She's too busy trying to save the world. Right? So we all need help. 5 of y'all put in the chat, I need some help, Derek. And that's what these VAs do. So I'm excited about it. I'm going to go deeper on that on Monday. But obviously today's title is picked up my first set of keys. Wait, here's what you forgot to do. So my VAs, they monitor a lot of the questions that come in during the week. So we're seeing a lot of people asking us, and they're hearing you all picking up keys. So big shout out to Kathy, Ronald, big shout out to Mr. Lee and his family. Big shout out to a lot of people this week that have been telling us big shout out to Tiffany Henry, who's doing either house tours or you're getting your first set of keys. Congrats to the Jones family. Congrats to Miss Betty, who almost got her first property, and we think we're this close to convincing the landlord to do so. So I think that's going to be on Monday. So big shout out to all you guys that are following the coaching. You're moving at the speed of instruction. But guess what my biggest fear is for all of you guys when it is coming down to get that first property? Is that maybe you haven't done the advertising and the marketing yet.
Talk about it,
or
Derek.
fast enough.
Talk about it.
So the way that I like to see you all do this is that by the time you do get a property, you've done so much advertising and marketing that there's a natural flow of clients into your place. And some of you guys even create what I would call a waiting list. But oh my, I don't want to see you get a house and now you praying and begging God to fill it when you've done no advertising, no marketing, you're not meeting with no social workers, no case managers, and you won't even go to certain things to where people are looking for this housing. So Shay and I are both going to put our little inputs on it. But again, guys, without marketing and advertising, you can have a house that's just sitting there.
Correct.
Y'all hear me joke about it all the time. You can fry the best fried chicken in the world, but if nobody knows about it, how would they know to come and buy that fried chicken from you? Go ahead, Shay.
Here's one of the things, and I think a lot of people get caught up in the process of doing both, right? They're either zoned in on one thing or the other. And I think that as an entrepreneur, you have to have that happy median of being able to build and also market at the same time. Because think about it, if you put your mindset, let's think of a big brand, a company, right? Starbucks moves into your area. They're going to tear down, and this is a real life example of what happened in our community. It was a building that was already there. They completely demolished it and they rebuild. But as they're building, you don't think that there was a sign saying coming soon, Starbucks, opening in 30 days, Starbucks,
Yep.
opening in 7 days,
Hiring
Starbucks.
now.
Right.
Fill out the application.
Exactly. Hiring now. So I want people to think of
That's
that,
a great
right?
example, Shay.
Even though it's Starbucks, I want you to do not forsake who you are and what you're doing, right? If people do not know that you are coming soon or coming into their area, they won't know to utilize you. And then what ends up happening, Derek, is now people, like you said, they're in that race for the chase. Oh, I got rent coming up in 30 days. Oh, I ain't getting no phone calls from nobody. And then they're so quick to give in the towel and throw in the towel and say this didn't work.
Yeah.
It's not that it doesn't work. You've got to do two things at once. You got to do two things at once. Derek, you always talk about how you gave, you did things in faith. Coming in 30 days.
Yeah.
Coming soon.
In 90 days.
In 90 days.
Second
Right.
Chance Housing will have its next facility. Guys, that wasn't true.
Right.
I was just calling these things that be not as though they were. I was letting people know what's to come. I came back and said in 60 days, Second Chance Housing is going to have its first facility.
Correct. Yeah.
Guys, I was just praying for it. That actually wasn't true. But I wanted to kind of get the buzz about what's coming. In 30 days, in 14 days, in 7 days. And that's when God gave me my first house, y'all. When I put that post out, and if you follow me, if you go way back 7, 8 years ago, you can find a post today those days that said all of those posts.
Yeah.
And in day 7, when I said 7 days, that's when you realize weeks later that I was furnishing a place. I was showing y'all videos. Guys, I spoke it into existence. I let them know what was to come, Shay. And that's what you're talking about, right?
And you have to do that because you've never seen a company, a business just show up and then they're profitable, right? Without any advertisement, without any conversation of who they are, without any drawing engagement to, hey, this is where we're going to be located. And I think that's where people get super laxed in that, and they get zoned in and focused on, I need the house, I need the house, I need the house, I need the house, I need the house. Well, guess what? Even if you don't have the house and you are doing all of this advertising and communicating, that's when you're building other relationships as well. That's the HRA, the Housing Referral Agency that we always talk about, right? Yep. Now you do that, and now you're creating an ecosystem around you so that, let's say, your phone is now on 5,000. Katara is a great example of this. Angela Brooks is a great example of this. I think most of our ILF operators that have houses are great in this, knowing how to build that ecosystem around them. So that way, when they're busy, you don't just stop answering the phone, right? So the goal is to make sure when they're full, they're not just stopping answering the phone. They're still answering the phone, but now they're dispatching people to other housing providers in the area.
In the housing referral agent.
Even before you get the house, why isn't it not important to do the same thing? Because now you've got that phone call, those calls coming in, you're being a resource. You're providing solutions to an organization or other partners that you are partnering with to get your individuals placed. So even though you don't have a house, you are still housing individuals. So that is the importance of marketing, because you can still do good even though you don't have a house, but you're still getting the name of you're still getting the name of your organization out there, Derek.
This is good coaching right here, y'all.
You're getting the name of your organization out there, and people are getting used to the buzz. They're getting used to how you do business. They're getting used to, I don't just call this person and drop somebody off at their door. Oh, they do an assessment. Oh, this is how they do this. Oh, you can house people within 24 hours, the same day sometimes. Oh, okay. So that is what you're doing. You're actually training the people that you're going to be working with how you work, how you do business. So now when your house opens, guess what, Derek? They know how. You don't have to now retrain them. They've already got the flow of how you do business and how your process works. So again, I think people get so caught up on, I need a house, I need a house, I need a house. And then they get the keys and they're like, oh my God, what next? We've been telling you what next the whole time.
Yep.
And it's not what next, it's what now. What needs to happen now?
Boy, Shay coaching this morning, y'all. I don't know what y'all gave Shay, but Shay on it.
So I'm sorry.
That
I
is
just
that. I need my roadcaster closer to me, so I'm gonna tell my tech engineer Shay, because that deserves a bum 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 bum. Mr. Ronald, can you tell Shay that I need my roadcaster like right here? Because there's a table right next to me.
you got
My
to
roadcaster way down the road over here. Like I need that closer because put some hearts in the chat if that was some good coaching. Like I can end this whole show right now and shut it down, and we've coached for the day.
Yeah.
TikTok family, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Let me know what you just heard if that's not good coaching. Shay just told y'all the gist of what y'all should be doing, whether you have a house or not.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy. With that being said, I'm actually go to the chat real quick because there should be some questions in the chat. But even before we do that,
sorry. Ronald said my pinky needs to
I
be
want to
up.
make sure you guys follow that prompt that's scrolling below. A lot of you guys are asking questions about how to get started. We're going to jump on that next. But if you text the phrase more info to the phone number that's on the screen, it's going to give it to you. But let's take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back. If you've ever imagined of starting your own housing program, there is no reason that after we're done here tonight that you shouldn't go to forstonconsultants.com/webinars and watch the webinar, guys, because a lot of you have wanted to start a group home or traditional assisted living facility, but that stuff takes license. It takes a lot of time to open. There's a lot of red tape to jump through. You have to ask for permission. We teach you guys how to open an ILF, an independent living facility, where you can house the homeless, displaced adults, or anybody that has a guaranteed income, and it doesn't require a license, and you don't have to own the property. Make sure you watch that free webinar at forstonconsultants.com/webinars, and then set up a free strategy call so that me and my team can get you started. Let's get back to the show.
And we're back on YouTube.
We are back on YouTube and we are live. Thank you guys so much for being here. I jokingly say this, but I'm serious, man. You guys have a lot of choices of where you could be. It's early. And big shout out to my people on the West Coast.
Right.
Ronald, I never ever acknowledged this, but even Jillian, like a lot of you guys that are in other places, right, that it's not 10 o'clock a.m. Yeah. Like you guys it's early. And for you guys to get up and to be a part of this, man, we really mean that. We appreciate that. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
And again, as you saw in the chat, Ronald and Kathy, who's in the Bay Area on the West Coast, they just got their keys and they said move-in day is repeated in the chat.
Was that June 30th?
And then June 30th is open house. So I want Shay to talk about that. But yes, when you open, I want you to have an open house to show the city. Social workers and case managers, what are you doing? But also, where did she get that idea from?
So can I share a gem? I'm gonna share a gem.
Wait,
so for y'all, when you send out the email for your open house, right? Use it in Digital Flow Solutions. Do your email campaign. Have them, accept. You can create a group meeting
in DFS.
In DFS, you can create a group meeting. Okay.
Kathy said today. TU Day, TUDAY.
Okay. But listen, you can create a group meeting in that email campaign that they select and they click on and accept, right? Do not provide the address. What you do is you let them know in the email that the address will be available 10 hours or 12 hours, 8 hours before the event or the open house. The reason why you do this is because you don't want people lurking around your property before you actually give them the opportunity to come to the property.
They come on your terms.
Come on your terms. Exactly. Yeah. So that's one of the things that I do in DFS. And then I have the team set up an automation that sends it. Because again, when they accept, the system can actually tag them as open house attendee. And then you can, again, make sure that in that form or whatever you're using in DFS that you get their phone number, because ultimately you want their email address, phone number, and their information. So that way, when you go to send out the reminder, it can be via text message as well through an automation, and it can then send them the address. So that's one of the ways I love doing my open houses. And people are like, well, I didn't get an address, but in the email it states, due to the safety and, current possible move-ins during this time frame, we want to keep the property address undisclosed or disclosed, and then we will provide it to you upon your acceptance of the appointment. So you can configure that however you want, but use your systems. Use your systems. You have systems in place, utilize them. And we'll be doing a lot more talking about DFS and things you can do in DFS in our private community, because we're getting ready to ramp up our AI configurations in our software systems this year as well. So,
and again, man, big shout out to so many of you all. And I'll probably get in trouble if I start naming names, but I just saw Shoshana pop up in the chat, and we had our first coaching this past week. So Shoshana, if you're here and if I saw your name, shout me out. These are the kind of people that, again, guys, are what we call move at the speed of instruction. And this is why they're being successful, right? And just like I told you guys, I take a lot of coaching. I'm right now for the next 6 months diving deeply into AI. That by December and January of next year, I'm probably going to be coaching it a little bit, right? Now, right now, I impress a lot of you guys on our first appointment, the way that we use ChatGPT and AI. That's nothing. I call that basic. By the time you see me in January or December this year, it's going to be scary of the kind of things that we know and we're doing. And y'all know us, our big mouth. We're going to turn around and teach it to y'all, right? So I'm excited about that. And there's so many different directions that I want to go today. So I'm going to try to stay
Let's go with the now you have
track.
Keys. Let's stay with the keys.
But now that you have these keys, and I want to go a step before that, Shoshana, right? You're in that zone.
Yeah.
And me and you talked about this, sis. We got to be marketing and advertising. That way the HRA is also possible. If you'd have met us 4 years ago, there was only one way to get into this, and you had to have your own house to make this work. Today, we use the HRA. And if you're new to us, that stands for Housing Referral Agency.
Correct.
Where we teach you as simple as how to build relationships with social workers and case managers in social media, take the phone call, do a short 5-question assessment, and now post that inside of your private community that we give you, and also on your social media. And that's how a lot of people are making money and an impact in their community by only making referrals. So let me slow it down a little bit and answer this for my two brothers in the chat. The way that you guys get the one-on-one coaching is literally by step one is watching the webinar, which is by texting the phrase more info. And most people join us on YouTube 1 or 2 times, and then they have a phone call with us. On that call, we begin to talk about how can we help you get started in your city, in your area, with your family. Shay and I's coaching is one-on-one, and we customize it to where you live at. So if you live in California, why am I coaching you with Florida rules? Why am I discussing you with things that happen in Florida if you live in New York or Georgia or Wichita, Kansas?
Yeah.
So again, no matter where you live at, we customize it to you. Our one-on-one coaching is $5,000. The DIY is $500. My free coaching is Monday, Tuesday, Saturday, right here on YouTube. Bring every question you got. But if you want to be like a lot of these people that are picking up keys, they're skipping the line. And my guys that used to go to the club back in the day, like me, Chris, Ronald, David. Now, I hope y'all was like me, right? I didn't stand in the regular line most days when I went to the club. And back in my day, not that I was rich, but the regular line was $10. The VIP was only $25. So I didn't want to stand in the line that wrapped around the corner. So I paid to skip the line. That's what our one-on-one coaching is, guys, right? And then the DIY is almost exactly that. You just don't get me as your one-on-one big brother. You get all my stuff, all my coaching, all the curriculum, and we still build your website. But that was called DIY, meaning you say, Derek, I can do this on my own, bro. But what's funny is that most people that purchase the DIY, they love it. They brag on it.
They do.
But in 3 weeks, they upgrade, just like Kathy and Ronald. Why you think they're having a move-in day today, and their brother David is going to help them move in it? Devin. And Devin probably going to sign up because it ain't her job to teach Devin per se. They're busy. Ronald and Kathy are their own team. They're a married couple.
Yeah.
Now, even though that's family, they busy, and so is Devin. Devin's a truck driver. He's all over the place. Devin need me. So that way, Kathy and Ronald ain't trying to play their best version of Derek saying what Derek said, and Derek said, no, just go to Derek, man, and let's get you started too. So again, if you desire this one-on-one coaching, guys, there is nobody that teach this the way that we do.
And everybody,
right? So I'm sorry, go ahead.
Everybody's coaching experience is completely different.
Man, Valerie had a call yesterday.
Yeah, everybody.
Like, now, Valerie, I told you I was gonna pick on you today, but I ain't gonna do that. Now, I hope Mr. Averill close by. No, I'm gonna pick on her. I got to, because I wouldn't be her brother if I would.
Valerie, what you did?
Valerie had a little bit of an accident, and I'm gonna just say she injured her leg.
Okay.
So yesterday during her call, because I want all of y'all on the computer screen with me, not on your cell phone.
I'm sorry, Valerie.
But luckily for Valerie, and this is why Valerie is so powerful too, she didn't make an excuse. Something seriously happened to Valerie that she could say, Derek, I'm going to cancel today, bro. And I would have been like, no problem, because of what happened.
Right.
So I'm going to be funny about this, but I'm going to be serious too. Valerie had every right to cancel. But when people got in their mind, say this is what they want to do, and she done paid for this coaching, and she also was DIY, but upgraded. She says, no, Derek, I'm fine. My husband driving, and you got my full attention. So big shout out to Averill, because you're a team. Yeah. Had Averill not been there to drive, which is her husband. Oh, and guess what? I'm going to tell a little bit of y'all business too, because I think it's so sweet. They've been knowing each other since they were 6 years old. Really? Averill told her, when they was living on the same street, you're going to be my wife one day.
Stop there.
Valerie told her, no, you ain't. And here we are, all these years later, and now they're starting an independent living facility under our coaching, finna get ready to change their city through affordable housing.
Come on, 6-year-old.
Shout me out, Valerie, if I'm telling a lie.
Come on, 6-year-old.
But look at what she put in the chat. He was a prophet from 6 years old, said, girl, I'm going to marry you. And here they are now, with no excuses, with a broken ankle. Because I said, sis, you want to cancel? No problem. She says, no, Derek, I'm going to be just fine. My husband driving, I got my pencil and my paper, and I'm ready to go. And we still coach for probably over an hour and a half.
Come on.
Lord have mercy. Back on you, Shay. So, and it's more, y'all. But I just saw y'all names, but my team has been keeping me, and y'all buying it so fast. Like, I'm having 2 coaching clients a day, plus 3 or 4 discovery calls.
Yeah, they burning.
That's why Shay tried to tell me to be careful with my voice, and that's why I drink a lot of tea now.
And that's why today
you guys got me busy.
That's why today we will not be here for 3
And that's
hours.
also why next year, January, my coach is going to look completely different. So make sure you guys get in now, because Valerie is guaranteed and grandfathered into me for the rest of her life until Valerie turns 119 years old. That's the day I'm going to tell Valerie the coaching over with now, because you finna become 120 tomorrow, and I think you got it. But until Valerie turns 119 years old, I'm her big brother. And what's cool about them, we've already told them through our business coaching, Shay, they're not going to only learn this, the ILF life. Valerie got other dreams on her heart.
Let's talk about it.
Averill want to write a book, and so does Valerie. We going to teach her.
Let's talk about it.
Through that AI book writing course, we already going to send it to her.
I'm going to tell them myself. So prime example, yesterday, I had a couple of clients, but most of yesterday I was working on the ebook workbook to go alongside with the Know Before You Go nonprofit course. I was working on that all day yesterday until ChatGPT and I had a little bit of an argument. So
Valerie loves ChatGPT too. So Valerie's already understanding where I'm going. So Valerie, I don't know how long you've been here today, but I've been telling these people what I told you yesterday. I hired a VA, and that's her sole job, is to master AI and to increase us by $20,000 a month. And guys, a VA and AI, God first though, God, AI, VA, I'm asking for an extra 20 grand a month from this one person that we're going to pay $5 an hour. It's going to change her life. She says, Derek, right now I'm not working. I just graduated college, but where I live in the Philippines, Derek, I don't make no money like I would make if I'm working for you all. So us and her working together is a cheat code for both of us. Right now, she's unemployed up until yesterday.
On purpose.
And she's the breadwinner of her family. So you know how good that made me feel to employ her? Because I need her and she need me. And God saw that and merged us 2 together. Yeah. Lord have mercy.
Go ahead, Shay. So everybody keeps seeing me look at my phone. I want to let you know why. My virtual assistants work Monday through Friday. I have have a virtual assistant that is so dedicated to what he
working
does.
right now.
He's working right now, and he's sending me notifications. Like, that's why I
That's
keep
when
looking
they
down.
take onus of this thing, right? So,
Like, literally, that is the reason why I'm looking down, because my virtual assistant, the texts are coming up on Derek's computer and everything, is because he's actively trying to get, like, when we told y'all overwhelmed Digital Flow Solutions, our team could have did one of two things, Derek. They could have threw in the towel and said, "This is too much. Y'all doing the most. I don't know what y'all got going on, but I'm not with it." But our team is so dedicated. Like, he is like, y'all wouldn't even believe half of the stuff we tell you because of what they did, what they do, and the blessing that you are to their lives. So again, I'm just excited. And that's why my head is down. I am not ignoring y'all. I am sorry. Because he is texting like nonstop.
And my head is down because I'm bringing up all of those comments that you guys see on that screen. So Ronald says that we thought Kathy and I had a story. No, bro, like y'all. Now trust me, everybody got their own story. But they have an amazing story, and it's not my job to give it. But I did want to just jokingly kind of shout her out and pick on her at the same time because again, as a coach, I see a lot of people make a lot of excuses. Yeah. That was a real reason to make an excuse.
Yeah.
She said, "Dear, this didn't just kind of happen today, but this was my doctor's appointment." I said, "Oh, sis, I'm so sorry." Blah, 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 blah. I said, "Do you want to?" I said, "Because I understand." Yeah. She says, "No, dear, let's go. Like, this is what I signed up for." And y'all, I was so impressed by that because I'm not going to say I'm used to hearing excuses, but people, that was a legitimate excuse. Broken ankle, driving home from a doctor's appointment, and in a car where really that's not my preference as you and me teaching you. Right. But she says, "Derek, no, bro, I'm coming from the doctor's office. My husband driving, he listening, and I'm ready to go."
I'm ready. Let's do this. Like, what you man.
So there's a lot of you all that are in here like this, and a lot of you all have taken my coaching. And you guys have also have had your first appointment like this week. So I'm excited, and thank you all for what you're saying in the chat. And like you guys said, and what Ronald jokingly always says is this: most of you guys are shocked that I'm the same way that I'm here on your calls. Some of y'all are thinking that this is just the Derek on YouTube.
No.
Guys, I kind of wish it was that way, but I can't control it. I'm excited.
So passionate about what
and my dream for y'all to get it. Prime example, Kathy and Ronald them met me, I'll say 3 weeks ago. I didn't know them and they don't know me, but my dream was to see them of what they're doing today. Now, see, we laugh and we joke and we play all the time, but I want to be serious. What Kathy and Ronald and the brother Devin is finna get ready to help them do today, guys, I dreamed of this 4 weeks ago. Now, knowing them, so did they. But what they don't know is I dreamed of them. I could see the U-Haul truck. I can hear Kathy screaming at Ronald and Devin because they dropped the couch because Devin grabbed it too fast. Ronald wasn't ready. And then Ronald said, "Well, I want to back up, bro." And then David said, "No, bro, let's carry it this way." And Ronald said, "No, y'all, flip it sideways and then go in." Guys, I can see all of this. I can see you guys bringing in the furniture. I can see you bringing in those dressers, Kathy, that you told me about. They got the combination lock on it. Kathy, I saw this 4 weeks ago. So as a coach, when you tell me, Derek, today's move-in day, guess whose head's bigger than y'all's are right now?
Yeah.
But if we all smart, guess who we get a credit to? Not Derek, not the coaching, not the teaching, but God, thank you for allowing this dream to come through. Thank you for introducing me to that Forston family. But God, most importantly, thank you for giving me the mind of Christ and the able body to do it.
Yeah.
Because like Valerie, I could have made an excuse. But God, thank you for allowing me to push through this thing so that I can walk off of my job, provide for my kids, retire my husband. Don't get me to talk about Francesca Dawson and her husband.
I talked about that last night.
She says, "Derek, I want to retire my husband." Guys, that's now over with. That was a dream that's come true.
And he's starting to
me and Francesca worked together at the same hospital. And when she saw me leave and start coming back in my blazer and my little skinny jeans and my Chelsea boots, she said, "Derek, man, what you doing now? You don't dress like this coming." Well, I'm housing these people now. Fast forward a couple years later, she said, "Derek, I want to get in it." She got in it, quit her job. then just retired her husband. How many months ago now?
It's been a year.
A year?
It's been a year.
And now they work together
Hold
every
on now.
day.
I didn't tell you this.
Lord have
I am
mercy.
I'm coaching Jay Dawson. I'll be starting to coach him on his nonprofit. 501c3
Wow.
application was
He's
submitted.
going nonprofit?
501c3 application was submitted the other
Good
day.
stuff. What is going nonprofit?
So a few
Excuse me.
things. So I'm going to get a lot of, I told them what we'll do is we'll leverage the Angela Denise Foundation's board and make it a collaborative. So that way he doesn't have to look for board members because we've got a physician.
Wow.
We've got everybody already in place on the board. So
big shout out again, because I've seen a lot of you guys pop up on the screen. Now, my guy, Chris, I shouted you out last, and you wasn't here. But Christopher S. Solida, I'm probably going to say that wrong, but Chris, if you're here, shout me out, big bro.
He was here. I saw him.
Another person I'm excited about from North Carolina. Now, I don't know what, I keep saying this, y'all, but I don't know what's going on in North Carolina and South Carolina. A lot of you guys are joining the coaching. Rhonda Moxley. Rhonda, if you here, shout me out. Chris has got a house right now, y'all, that'll be ready in less than 30 days because he's rehabbing it. Lord have mercy. So if you're wanting the HRA and make some money and impact and income, you should be shouting Chris out right now. Say, Chris, where you live at, bro? Where's the house gonna be? How many days? Is it open yet? Chris is under our coaching. And like very few of y'all, he's actually rehabbing a place. Most of us go and get a place and rent it and we jump into it. Chris bought a place, Tiffany, Katara. He's rehabbing it. That's y'all next step, Katara. You renting a lot of places now, but one day, sis, you gonna say, bro, we finna buy one. I hope you buy it through us, because remember, guys, we're asset-based lenders. So when you're ready to buy property, you come see me. Then I can lend you 100,000 or 100 million to buy whatever building you want. You want to buy the Staples Center, I can cover it. You want to buy a commercial building, Shay and I can cover it. You want to buy a residential property, duplex, fourplex, we can cover it. And not because I got that money in my pocket. We're asset-based lenders. We're commercial brokers. That means that we got big hedge funds behind us with billions of dollars, and they'll give it to y'all. So if you ever heard of asset-based lending, that's what that is. Back on you, Shay.
So we got the keys. What we doing? So we already know we marketing. We already know that we need to set up cameras in the common areas.
And hopefully you've been marketing before. Like that's where this all kind of started from. We hope that you marketed well before you got this house. Just like I told Chris during his coaching, I said, Chris, you know you got 30 days, bro. We should be 7 days a week advertising this thing so that when the doors open, it's an easy flow into the people. Don't start advertising when you put all the furniture in it and it looks pretty. Show them the ugly stuff too. People love to see what's to come. But like Shay, now we fast forward through that. Hopefully if you furnished it, right? But now we start taking these calls to move people in. And if you under my coaching, remember, you're going to do an assessment. We don't just move in anybody that calls our phone. We don't want to run a clown show, right? So everybody goes through a questionnaire, a set series of questions, an assessment, an interview. You can call it whatever you want to. We call it an assessment.
Yeah.
For us in our dictionary that we made up, an assessment means a series of questions that allows us to make a sound decision about who we're housing in our ILF.
Absolutely.
We got our own dictionary, Shay.
Absolutely.
Does that make sense, everybody?
Let's even talk about this, Derek, because this is something that we don't talk about on a regular basis, but I want to talk about it. So for those that now have the keys and they're ready to move in, you'll see that in the ILF family chat, we uploaded a whole list of must-have purchase items with the links, with the Amazon links attached, so that you can start purchasing some of the items that you'll need. Another thing that's in that ILF family chat is a move-in checklist that we created. That's in there as well. I'm going to shoot a video, preferably today, to walk you all through how to access some of that stuff, because I know it's not a specific way. Would you snorted? Did you really just snort?
I'm laughing at when Katara said, please don't drop the couch, Ronald and Dad. Katara, I can see it and I can hear Kathy, because I've been coaching them for a while now, so I can hear Kathy's voice screaming at these guys. Guys, what are you? To the left, to the left. I'm sorry, Shay.
You're good. But no, so definitely look into the ILF family chat as well as some of that information, like a move-in checklist for your residents. Stuff like that is in that community. And I'm doing some organizing of that community. So you're going to see like a lot of our older Facebook stuff kind of being deleted out of there. That's me doing all of that and modifying that community so that you'll be able to search based on several hashtags that we'll be using on all things in that group, whether it's resources, whether it's video tutorials, whether it's the ILF family replays. Like you'll be able to search the community or the channel to find those things via the chat. But that list, a move-in list that you can utilize to replicate your process all the time, right? So that way it becomes muscle memory.
Yeah.
Not just for you, but for the case managers too.
Yeah.
Right. So what does your process look like when the client, from assessment to bringing them to the house? What does that look like? Lease signage, documentation signage, getting all of their information in your system. Prime example, making sure you have your move-in packet uploaded in Digital Flow Solutions for them to sign upon move-in or prior to, or before move-in, prior to move-in, making sure that the rule book is discussed in length. Like these are things that you want to make sure you have in preparation or ready for when those individuals move in. So that's one of the things I wanted to talk about. Now that you have the keys, what else? You're going to, of course, again, you don't want to move anybody in without those cameras. Let's have them set up, and don't just and purchase the subscription, the recording. Okay, make sure you have the recording.
Yeah, that camera system does you no good if you can't prove what happened 15 minutes ago.
Listen,
not that 8-second clip that you get for free, right? Ask me how I know, right? Years ago, had a little bit of a scuffle. Police show up, and the first thing my clients holler is, Mr. Derek got cameras. Mr. Derek got cameras. Watch the cameras. It's all on camera. Well, guess what? Mr. Derek didn't have the subscription.
Mr. Derek,
so
we saw
Derek
15
cameras
seconds.
didn't catch nothing of what happened.
15 seconds. That's it. Womp, womp, womp. 15 seconds.
Make sure whatever camera system that you guys do get, we love the YI. It's called Yankee Igloo or Yee Home Camera.
And it's on that list.
It's on that list.
On your list.
And now, if you're not under our culture, you just got it for free. But Yee Home Camera, we love those. They're also motion sensitive. So I don't want a camera that just shoots an area. Because what if something happened over here? I want my camera to follow my people. So when my people get up and walk to the refrigerator, so does the camera. When my people get up to go outside to smoke a cigarette, so does my camera. When they get up to walk down the hallway to the bedroom, so does my camera.
Yep.
No bedroom in the cameras, correct?
Correct. No
but yes in the hallways.
Absolutely.
Yes in the entry.
Yes.
Yes on the exit.
Yes.
Yes in the kitchen.
Yes.
Yes in the living room.
Yes.
Never in the bedrooms. That's creepy and weird.
Yes on the patio.
Yes outside if you want one to cover your whole street view.
Yeah.
Yes, if you want the doorbell, the Ring doorbell.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. We have all of that. Our ladies' houses have all of that. I do interior and exterior. Just to make sure ain't no fellas creeping around the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's it. So
again, Shady, be honest with you, man. My only message today, because I'm really not gonna go super further than that, right? Because that'll start tipping over into the one-on-one stuff. But just really quickly, again, most importantly, a lot of you guys are excited, and you should be. But do not go and get that house if you know you haven't done the marketing. Yeah. And watch me say this loud and clear and nice and slow. Because I talk fast and sometimes I stutter. But watch me say this real slow. Your social media is way more important than your website.
Yes.
Even though I talk about them both and they're equally, you need them. But every one of you on here right now did not find me on my website. You all found me running my big mouth on social media. It was either YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, Lemonade. Now, my new assistant, she gonna put me on Snapchat and all that stuff all these young folks use that I don't even know about. But one more time, remember we teach you guys something that's called lift, meaning lift your brand.
Yes.
LIFT. Can somebody type into the chat, what does that mean, lift? For us, it means LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.
Come on, sir.
Call me a liar right now if you found me any other way. In fact, put in the chat right now, how did you guys find me and Shay? YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, or Instagram? Clubhouse. So that means you go way back. Who is that? Jen goes way back then, because I'll admit, we don't even go on Clubhouse kind of for ourselves, but I'm there every Sunday morning because I'm a part of a real estate wealth chat group. It's called the Real Estate Wealth Chat every Sunday, 8 a.m. Literally, I log in before I go to church. Yeah. It lasts about an hour. Okay. But one more time, guys, if you don't have a social media presence, which is how they find you, you can have a website. Because who cares about your website? 9 times
out of 10, they're going to utilize your social media to get to your website. 99.9% of people don't take the time to do the Google My Business, create a Google profile on Google My Business. So nobody's finding you there neither. So again, you want to make sure that all of these things are in place. Okay. A Google My Business.
What's going on? My mama in here, y'all.
Yeah.
What's going on, Mom Forston? I just saw that. We're going to drag mama on this screen. Shay, send my mama an invite right now. Send mama an invite right now.
She's sweating right now. You just
she's sweating right now, just hearing it.
She just started doing this with the phone. The phone just started shaking. She got the phone shaking. No, don't do that. Don't do that.
My mama is very much like me in terms of how I always joke with you all about not being very techie. Right. So just by me saying that,
Mom started shaking.
She started shaking. Said, "Oh God, Shay finna send me a link. My face gonna be on here, and I ain't ready."
I ain't gonna do you like that, Mom. Do you know some people?
But anyway, you guys shout my mom out real quick if you don't mind. My mama is the creator of this, right? So God, my dad, and my mom. Now my dad is in heaven already. So if you guys can shout my mom out, I would super appreciate that. We call her Mom Forston. So if everybody can just say, "Good morning, Mom Forston. How you doing?" And if 10 of y'all can help me, because I'm trying to get my mama to come see me, right? I've been crazy busy, and I know she want me to come her way too. But can I get 10 of y'all to say, "Mom Forston, can you go up there and see your son?"
Come see about us, Mom.
Now she gonna get me when I get off of this thing, y'all. So me and Shay gonna have to make our way down now.
She already got on there.
I prefer my mama come to me. Like, am I different, y'all? Now, some of us, like me, I'm blessed, y'all, to have my mama, right? And I want to be serious with 2 seconds, right? But you all that still have your mom, do you all like it when mom comes to you, or you like to go see mom? I like both.
Ronald said you better.
But I'll admit, my favorite is when she comes see us and she stay here for a week or 2.
Yeah.
And we hide her keys so that she can't leave right away.
Shoshana said, "Mom Forston, go see about your baby."
How many y'all like me that you want mom to come to you? I'm just spoiled because y'all, she come and she cook, she do laundry, she clean up, like she do all that stuff that our housekeeper's supposed to be doing, but we only see her once every 2 weeks? So we love a mom to come, and then sometimes I say, "Mom, don't come and do nothing. Just relax. Chill. Just be around us. Matter of fact, Mom, I'll cook for you. We take you out." And that's what one of these trips are for, y'all. Mom don't have to cook. Right. I got chicken seasoned in the refrigerator already from last night. I went grocery shopping, and then we can also take her to dinner.
Exactly.
So for the people that say, "Well, Derek, your mama don't want to cook for you all the time," boy, y'all, not this trip. I just want her to come and relax on me. Make sense, everybody? She gonna kill me today.
One day we are gonna have Mom Forston join us on the YouTube.
She gonna get me today, y'all. I'm telling you.
On her phone, Derek, because we can.
Oh, they shout my mama out. Let me check.
They are.
Let me check it and saying good morning to my mama. Let me see. I see Rhonda said something. Tamika. Let me see. Miss Frankie, Elaine. Katara said something. Okay, Valerie said something. Jillian met my mom in person.
Yes.
Raise your hand if you've ever encountered my mom in person. Right now, starting with Jillian, if you've ever met my mom in person, let me know in the chat. Tiffany Walker said it. Tiffany's met my mom in person. Right? Katara's met my mom in person. Devin, you slipping, man. You ain't met Mom Forston. You really not family yet. Kathy and Ronald, y'all ain't met Mom Forston yet. Valerie, you ain't met my mama. Like, y'all ain't met the whole team if you ain't met Mom Forston. Mom's coming to South Carolina too, y'all.
Oh Lord, listen to this.
So when we come to South Carolina, that's y'all next chance, okay?
Listen, Shoshana said, give us a reality show for one day. Just one episode is all we ask for. No.
Done.
Listen, we have
Done. At Mom's house. Now we're gonna go to Mom's house to do that.
Yo, we'll set up the cameras and everything at Mom's house.
Because she'll be doing breakfast in her own element. But Mom don't care where she goes.
Yeah,
she get down there anyway.
Let me show you though. They don't realize that we had a whole reality series right before we even started this live with Mom. Mom,
I had to go. I said, Mom, I'm finna go live. Mom, we gotta go.
we gotta go. She's talking about, no, baby, gonna listen to me. In other words, boy, Mom is a hoot.
Yeah, who's met my mom in person? Let me see that in the chat. Then back on Shay, we're gonna take probably 5 to 7 questions.
A couple of questions.
I'm gonna get out of you guys' way.
I need to make phone calls.
Yeah, and we don't want to be super long-winded today. But again, don't forget, guys, that one-on-one coaching is $4997. You can go to forsterconsultants.com. And then the DIY, guys, is $497.
Yeah.
So again, get in where you fit in, guys. And then also, don't forget, the ILF Academy, which is a free Facebook group. I promised you guys, I think about 3 weeks ago, that I would pour into that group the month of July. I'm probably going to do that the last Wednesday of this month. No, it's this month, actually. I'm sorry,
June,
right?
End of June.
Right. So this month, probably the last Wednesday, I'm going to pour into the ILF Academy. That's my free Facebook group. It's been a while since I did that, because obviously I spend more time with my YouTube folks and my one-on-one coaching clients, my family, as I call y'all. But the ILF Academy, I want to pour into you guys, right? So put on your calendar the last Wednesday of the month. I don't even know what that is, but I'm going to just say it. I'm going to come there and pour into you guys. There's a lot of you guys. And what I'm seeing now, I don't know what's happening there either, but we're getting 50 to 60 people joining that group a day. So I'm not sure what's happening, how that works, but my new assistant, she gonna also be a part of that too now. So we're gonna be able to monitor it a little bit better. So for you ILF Academy people that haven't paid for nothing yet, no problem. I want to pour into you guys. It's gonna be for absolutely complimentary. I won't call it free,
absolutely,
but it's gonna be complimentary content, and I'm gonna allow you guys to grill me. So ask your questions, and even that also means that even things that I won't talk about on YouTube, I will in that community. Shay will help me decide whether that will be inside of the Facebook group, or does she want you guys to come to a Zoom? I'll let Shay decide that. But the ILF Academy, the last Wednesday of this month, I'm going to pour into you guys. Okay? Back on you, Shay.
Yeah. So again, guys, we just wanted to hang out, do what we do as always. Again, I don't.
Mom
see any
said
questions.
He is so spoiled. I am, y'all.
Is.
Mom's got us spoiled.
So,
if I didn't agree with that, I'd be a liar.
For Derek is the baby.
Yes.
And he acts like the baby. Okay.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't have that blessing of being the baby. I'm the second oldest in my.
But don't get it twisted. My mom and Shay talks every day.
Yes.
Shay speaks to my mom more than I do, and Shay's like my mom's daughter. So we got this thing called daughter in love, right? Not in-law, in love. So if you guys don't do that, steal that from my family. My mom does that. Shay family does it. So this is not your in-law. It's your in-love. So Shay and my mom have a really special relationship. Otherwise, I probably would have never really liked Shay. My want from day one for whatever woman I was going to marry, I wanted her to have a great relationship with my mom. I just think it makes sense. And today it's just that. So sometimes they'll pick on me because my mama said, well, Derek, I ain't heard from you. I talk to Shay every day. Where you been? And that's just how their relationship is, right? So I love that. And I thank God for that, not being funny. Y'all know that we laugh and we joke and have a great time here. But every blue moon, I said, let's be serious. I want to be serious about that. I appreciate the relationship that my wife and that my mom have together. Is beautiful.
I tell people, I tell your mom this, and I tell people this often. I believe that my mom felt it safe to leave Earth because she knew that there was somebody that would love her children just as much as she did. So Derek's mom isn't just mom to me. It's all of my siblings.
So
mom didn't just get me. I was a package deal, y'all. I came with how many extra? Me, Donnell, Sakai,
and they all call her mom. Because again, when you lose a mom, you can never replace that.
place
But
it,
boy, if you can
I'm
get
t-
something close
listen,
to it, man, that is an absolute
and
blessing.
what I do appreciate
And
from Mom Forston
yeah.
is Mom Forston was a intricate piece in my family. My mom was that tough mom, but you knew she loved you.
Yeah.
Right. Derek's family was more that nurturing, loving. They expressed it a lot. And Derek's mom and his family showed my mom that it was safe to tell your children, I love you.
Yeah.
And it was safe to really
which
nurture
I
your
grew up
adult
being used
children.
to that, which you
Yeah.
can take for granted if you hear it all
And
the
you don't
time,
see it. Yeah.
or you don't grow up differently. Shay said that she wasn't used to that.
My mom would say, I love you, but it wasn't like I remember the first time your mama met my mom and they were leaving, and your mom said, Ange, I love you. And mama said, did she just say she loved me?
It wasn't that she loved me. What she mean by that? But when
so
that's
funny.
foreign to you,
when it is,
like when my family hang up, all right, man, love you too, bye.
Yeah.
Like even when we hang up, it's love you. Like we just talked 2 minutes ago.
And
love you.
Like we don't leave. Like again, your mom forced it something that my mom was one of those people. She used to always say when we were younger. She said, once y'all start getting teeth, don't kiss me. She said because that means y'all got bad breath. And that was her joke. But we used to all jump on it and tackle her with kisses.
Yeah.
And my mom was
she would turn red.
She would turn beet red.
Her mom was already a yellow skinned lady, as we call, but she would turn beet red.
My mom would, when Derek
like when I first met her
mom,
because I'm a hugger, right? I'm from the country.
She turned.
She was like,
red.
"What is this boy doing?" And I would, Miss Ange, I love you and your daughter. And she thought that was the craziest thing in the beginning.
She
but learned to love it.
But she learned to love it. But that also taught her that it was okay to show love, because that's not something she saw growing up, right? Although her mom was in the picture, her dad kind of did his thing up and did his thing, but he was around too. But affection was never something fostered until they met this clan. And when they met this time, my mom was shook. She was like, "Oh my goodness!" She left, and the same experience I had. My mom
wow, their whole family can hang together. Nobody fighting and cussing and carrying on.
It was funny. But
no, we carry on. We just don't act up.
Carry on. But no,
we absolutely carry on.
So I can honestly say, Mom Forston has definitely taken the reins of mom in my family. Not just in my life, but in my family. Yeah. Like she celebrates, like mom is the grandsee of a grandson, and that's my baby brother's baby, right? Yep. They came and spent months.
He'll know Mom Forston as grandsee,
right? He will know Mom Forston as grandsee, and that's amazing that you can have your mom leave this earth, but still have a not a replacement, but somebody to fill those shoes.
Yeah, we're not trying to fill in. I love that, Shay. We're not trying to replace.
No,
because you can't.
You can't.
So even if you all right, here's a funny joke, but I'm serious. If you're under my coaching, I call you family, right? Let's say you and your wife have a baby or whatever. My mom is now grandsee to your grandchild if you don't mind that.
Yeah.
And she ain't trying to take the place of your grandmother.
She ain't, yeah.
But why not have an extra person to support you and pray for you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes that's all is needed. And Shay, I have no clue why we went down this rabbit hole today.
Either.
Maybe somebody needed to hear it.
It was
but looks like in the chat, you guys also concurring. You agreed. A lot of you guys feel the same way. So somebody needed that. So let's wrap it up by saying this. Family is important.
It is.
And whether my mama come see me or not, sound like I need to go see her, y'all.
Hey, Mom, I got a little taste for mayonnaise too. So ain't no telling what tomorrow may hold.
But I will admit, it's been a long week. So Shay's supposed to line us up some massages for today. So I think we got a massage today. I'm not sure.
If we don't shut this down,
but if 5 more people say, Mom Forston, can you go see Derek? She may just jump in the car and come, y'all. Because one thing about Mom, she's got her own room here. She don't got to share nothing. She keep a dresser full of clothing.
Correct. So
she's got clothes here. She's got a dresser drawer here. Yeah. Like she's got everything she needs, y'all. And this trip is not a trip she comes to cook and clean. That's on me this time. We just want her company.
Exactly.
Yeah, Mom, just sit down and let's just talk. Let me tell you about this AI stuff that I'm learning that you don't know nothing about, but I want to talk to you about it. Oh, then we pick up my mom because my mom done fell in love, y'all, with these What do you call it,
The
Shay?
circle water bottle. Okay.
Not that. No, I'm talking about those movies. That's the water bottle. I'm talking about we call them African movies.
The African movie.
My mother, y'all, somehow, maybe she'll put it in the chat.
I don't know how
She's found this great thing on YouTube.
I told Mom,
And it is these movies, but all the people are from like Africa, like Lagos, and it's like a soap opera, but it's African people.
She had
we picked on her for doing it, but she came out here one time, and y'all, we watched probably 10 hours of that stuff. We binged it, right? Which is actually the opposite I want all of y'all to do today. Go learn something about ILF.
Exactly.
Don't let me find out you watching African movies today. Go learn about AI. Go jump into your material. Mom Forster don't have to do none of that. She know this game.
Mom said, how do I just sit down?
Y'all don't.
Mom don't sit down. And she ain't lying. She talking about, how do I just sit down? Question mark. No, we don't even expect it, Mom.
That's another whole conversation. She don't know how to just come and relax, y'all. She feel like she gotta come and do something.
Yeah.
So maybe what we'll do is throw all the clothes in the washing machine and just wash them and make sure everything done, and have the housekeeper come before Mom come.
Yeah.
That way it's nothing to do.
Jillian said that's her mama. Her mama watching African movies too, Mom.
Lord, Jillian, you may have to give Mom's number to Mom, because they may be able to talk about it. I don't know, but y'all, I'm joking and saying this because we picked on Mom for this, and then when she came, she said, "Y'all, let's just watch one. Let's just watch one." And y'all, we watched one, and another, and another. We went and ate lunch, came back, we watched another. I said, "Now, y'all, we gotta do some work now." Because we feel guilty. So anyway, we done with that. 3 questions and we gone. No. Other than that, man, join this coaching, right? We got a great family, but that's not why we're here. Join this coaching, right? Devin, I'm looking for you to come in. Some guy said that he joined me from Kuwait today.
Wow.
Big shout out to you, sir. Not sure how long you've been following us, but that's a long ways away, and we appreciate that. So thank you. No matter where you guys are following from, I want to say again, thank y'all so much, right? You got a lot of choices of where you could be, but y'all chose to be here. So again, if you love God, love people, and love real estate, we want to be your coaches. We want to show you how to take a regular residential property, connect with social workers and case managers, and now be like all of these people that we're coaching that are picking up keys this week.
I got the keys.
So also a treat for my ILF family. We're going to have Kathy and Ronald talk about their journey inside of our private Telegram group.
Correct.
We're going to get with them, and they're going to get with Shay to find out what date and time is a good day, because we won't let you guys wait for that next Wednesday. We'll just do a random day.
Ain't that this week anyway?
Because the family talk is every third Wednesday.
That's this week.
So they're not available for that one. So we're going to pick a different time and date. Because people always ask me, well, Derek, how long would it take me to get my first house? Well, ask Kathy. Because if I tell you, you're going to say, well, Derek, you the coach. That was easy for you. So I want you to talk to people like Kathy and Ronald, people like Shoshana, people like Mr. Leroy and family, people like Miss Rita Klum, people that are already, people like Katara, who are under the coaching. Ask them how long it took, right? And I'm going to let these people also start pouring into you all. So Ronald and Kathy, I look forward to that. You and I spoke about that on you all's last coaching. Katara, you're going to probably do one as well. Just like Katara, you did on that 3-day challenge.
Yes,
Tiffany Walker, same way.
I'm tagging
so
everybody.
All of you guys are going to have to probably help us out again, because I want our ILF Mastery Blueprint members to hear that again, and also get the recording of it. So I'm excited about that. Other than that, man, we'll see you guys Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern, again, right back here. But I want to see 5 or 8 people sign up for the one-on-one coaching today.
And just go to the
remember,
website.
We also have financing. So go to the website right now. Put me on speakerphone. ForthingConsultants.com.
Go to
under the tab that says products and services.
And then you're going to choose the ILF Mastery Blueprint. You're going to click on that link and you're going to go to checkout. At checkout, you're going to see options for Klarna and what's the other one? Afterpay.
Yep. And
you can utilize those as payment, alternative payment methods to make monthly payments on your program. So again, one-on-one coaching is there on the site at Forston, FORSTON, consultants with an S on the end.com. and you can purchase our coaching right there.
Yeah,
right
absolutely.
there. Everybody asks, do you have payment plans? Yes.
Yes.
Klarna and Afterpay.
Yep.
I believe for each of them, you do have to have a credit card.
And we also need your home address.
Yes.
So if you know
that
that you're going to apply for the finance, and also go ahead and just text us your address, because we'll have to enter it from our end.
Correct.
And that allows you to continue
Correct.
applying for that financing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And to all my DFS users, I will be sending out a just like a contract of use. We'll be getting that sent out sometime next week as well, just so that we have everybody with all of the, like, how we operate, what's the expectations on the cancellation policy and all of that stuff.
Mhm.
So in terms of service for Digital Flow Solutions.
And also in the chat, I see that Devin Barnett, which is the same last name as my sis over there, and Tamika Bennett said that they want to join. So Miss Tamika, did you all just hear that instruction from me and Shay? It's very simple, right? Make sure you guys go to forsterconsultants.com under the tab that says products and services. And the first thing that pops up is the ILF Mastery Blueprint. Go ahead and click that button that says learn more.
Correct.
That lists all of the stuff that's involved with it. And again, man, it's so much, guys. But just like I tell you all, and I say this all the time, so anybody that's new to us, listen really carefully. I give you guys so much stuff that comes with the ILF Master Blueprint. But guess what? I call that stuff complimentary. You don't pay for that stuff.
Right.
What you're paying for me is for transformation. I don't sell packages. I don't sell websites. I don't sell paperwork. I don't sell the curriculum. I don't sell the ebooks. I kind of sort of do, because you can get that stuff individually.
Right.
But when you get my one-on-one coaching, you're not buying that. You're buying transformation. So when you're ready to change your life and you feel like God has called you to this, I'm the guy you come and see when it's time to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. So now the DIY, I'll admit, a lot of people love that because they feel like they're still getting a part of me without paying what they call the bigger cost. So at only $497, you get everything my one-on-one people get. You just don't get me. So if you get the video 13 and say, "Ooh, Derek, that was good, bro. But what did you mean by that?" Like, you can't call me and ask me that. But you can come to YouTube. You can upgrade, which is a lot of people do with that DIY. They upgrade to a plan that we got for $47 a month that puts you in the same arena, the same private community as my one-on-one people. So Monday through Friday, you can ask questions. And then inside the group, right, we meet once every third Wednesday. So that's why a lot of people love the DIY, because you still get my paperwork. My team still builds your website. You get every ebook and every curriculum I've ever created. And I'm super proud of people that only get the DIY and you've also gotten started and you didn't need to talk to me. That's a testament not only to how great the coaching is, but how great you are that you put your hands to the plow and you were able to make it work without needing to talk to me.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you this, man, there is nothing like being able to talk to the coach or the guy or the gal that knows the thing that you're trying to do.
Yeah.
So be smart about this thing, guys. Don't recreate the wheel. We've already done that. So one more time, real quick in the chat. Devin, are we all good of how you're to do that? And then Miss Bennett, are you okay as well in terms of how you're going to purchase that? And then also, I encourage people, don't buy nothing before you talk to me. So now if you just think, well, Dick, I want to talk to you first, bro, no problem.
Yeah.
Watch our webinar. The instruction is scrolling below. And if you're on TikTok, it's also on your screen. You're just going to text the phrase more info. That's MOREINFO, nothing else. A lady texted yesterday. She says, "I'm new here. More info. Pennsylvania, Philadelphia," something that she put. And she didn't get nothing because she didn't follow the instruction. So not because I'm trying to be a jerk, but guys, my system is automated. Remember I told y'all about AI and automation? So when my system sees the phrase more info, it's going to send you a text message. Yeah. You have to respond to that and put your name, email address, phone number, and then bam, instant download.
Bang, bang.
And then after you watch that, my system is so smart, it's going to see you watched it, and it's going to send you a way to set up you now talking on the phone to me and Shay to talk about how fast can we get you started. And do you want the one-on-one coaching or the DIY? Or will you just come every Monday, Tuesday, and Saturday? So again, I got something for everybody. I got free stuff Monday, Tuesday, Saturday right here on YouTube. The DIY is only $4.97 and it's a game changer. And then we got the one-on-one coaching, which is $5,000 for the rest of this year.
Yeah.
In 2026, my one-on-one coaching, guys, is going to be a lot different, and it's going to start at $10,000. So get in now while it's on sale and affordable, and it doesn't change. Because even next year in January, it's going to be $10,000, but you won't get my phone number. We're not meeting every 2 weeks, and it's going to be more of a group setting. Now, it's still going to be good coaching. It's going to be the same stuff. But the way that I've dedicated my life to y'all for the last 7 years, I'll admit, that's probably over with. Now, if you've already gotten it, congratulations. That never changes. So don't get that twisted. And let me slow it down and repeat that part. If you already got my coaching, or if you get it between now and December 31st, nothing changes. But boy, if you meet me in January, it's going to be the same great coaching, but the availability going to be different. Because God is really blessing us, and I won't be able to coach all of y'all one-on-one like that. So next year, you guys are going to see more of what I do as a group setting. And if you've been around us for a while, you've heard of my MSI group coaching. MSI, which stands for Move at the Speed of Instruction. That was a 6-week course. Now that's going to be the same thing, but probably way longer, but it's going to be a group setting. That one-on-one stuff, y'all, I did this for the last 7 years, and I'm proud of it. I built my company on it. But I'll admit, guys, 7 for us is also a very special number.
Yeah.
And moving into that number 8, the year 8, it's time to change the chapter on how we do things that make it bigger and better. And that I also reserve my voice for things that I need to do. Okay. So even my insurance agent, which is my sister on one side of it, and Miss Renee Scott on the other side, they're right now researching an insurance that can cover me and pay me if I happen to go hoarse. So if I have a speaking engagement and I sound like this, my insurance company going to write me a check. If I've already been paid to go somewhere and somebody paid me $10,000 to go speak and I lose my voice, I don't have to give a refund back because my insurance company going to pay me for it. They're going to pay what I was paid. So anyway, I'm just putting you guys into our game in terms of what's happening. I'm super excited for all of you guys and all of you new people that keep signing up, man. Thank y'all so much for trusting us with the dream that God has put in your heart. So that's it for me today. I'm going to look into the chat, see if I see anything. My person says, stay prayed up and let's pray for each other in Jesus' name. Love that. Mom says, have a blessed and stressless day.
That's right.
In Jesus' name. Love y'all so much. And Derek says, Derek, I told you Davin was signing up. So good stuff. Davin, we look forward to seeing you coming in, big bro. And then Davin, you will experience what Ronald and Kathy experiences outside of this YouTube channel, right? And then you will decide if they're a part of your team and you want them in your coaching. But obviously, they're way ahead of you right now. So you and I will play a lot of catch up. But make sure that you have a bird's eye view of what they're doing, okay? Because you guys are family, okay? So, Davin, I look forward to you coming in. Tamika Bennett, I didn't hear back from you in the chat, but I do look forward to you coming in. And Miss Nicole, there you go. Miss Nicole, are you just getting here? Because I had a whole story about you today.
Well, we ain't doing that.
Miss Nicole,
we gotta go.
No, she's my other AI friend.
That's gonna be Monday.
And Monday when we go into that,
talk about that on Monday.
Nicole don't know it yet, but Nicole, we're gonna give you a microphone Monday probably, and you gonna talk too. So Nicole, congratulations. Thank you for being here. And she said, yes, just got here. So Nicole, we just kind of talked about a lot of that AI stuff today, but not super deep. But Monday we are. So I look for you to be on time Monday, Nicole, because we want to talk a lot about that. Okay.
And sorry, guys. I am just trying to get things
let me see. Other than that, that's it. I don't have anything else in the chat. I don't see any questions. Tamika says, I can't wait to join. Good stuff.
We can't wait to have you.
Let me see. Elaine says that village. That's it, Elaine. That's what we believe in, having a village around us.
Yeah.
Ooh, excuse me. And let me see. Oh, yeah, that's it. So now my mom was here. I'd have her pray us out. But if not, I'm going to do it.
You going to do it?
I wish you guys the absolute best. Y'all have a great day today. Enjoy your weekend. We're letting you guys go really early today, too. It's only 11:30. Happy Father's Day to every one of you dads, you fathers, you uncles, you grandfathers, any one of you male figures that have played a role in somebody's life, and maybe you're not a father, I want to shout you out too. But if you biologically have a son, a daughter, whatever, you raise kids, congratulations from me
Happy Father's
and my
Day.
family and Forston Consultants. Continue to do the great work and praying that you ask God every day to make you a better dad and a better father moving forward. You guys be great. Shay, bless the people real quick and we'll go.
That's my piece, yeah.
You guys be great. And now unto him that is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all we could ever ask or think,
according to God's power that works on the inside of us. God bless, guys.
God bless,
Have a great
guys. We'll see
weekend.
you Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern.